Hi there. Hey, Sue's here to talk now about why I compare winter to week 2 of the female hormonal rhythm. And I compare it to week 2 because when you think about the winter solstice, even though it's the darkest day, what it does is it's a celebration of light. And what nature is doing is actually starting to have longer days, starting to have more light. And we do begin to have more energy after the lethargy of fall. Again, if you get rid of the man-made holidays and things, you'll see once you start connecting with the rhythms of nature, you're going to find that you're really sleepy in the fall. So I compare that to the period time. When you are finished with that, when women are finished with their bleeding time, they feel really good, kind of euphoric. And really, women think that I remember this for me, thinking that nothing was happening. Nothing was happening with my overall cycle. Nothing was happening with my monthly rhythm because I felt so good. So I felt like nothing was going on. We associate not feeling well or challenges with our cycle rather than comparing, or rather than thinking of them as being positive support systems for us, these hormones that fuel our endeavors. Anyhow, what happens with winter, we look outside and I live in Oregon, so we have a lot of beautiful evergreens. But we also have these trees that have no leaves right now. They are dormant. And so in that way, we look around winter and we think nothing's happening there. But there is so much happening. I mean, underneath the soil, there's all kinds of little microorganisms just going to town under there. And as the soil warms up towards spring, all of a sudden then the seeds are germinating. Well, with our cycles, we think nothing's happening on the outside. We think that nothing's happening on the inside or the outside. We think nothing is happening with our cycles because, again, we feel so good, but everything is going on within the womb. The uterine lining is building. The eggs are maturing. We're heading towards ovulation. There is so much going on in our bodies, so much going on, but we just aren't aware of it. But here's why we need to be aware of it. These hormones of ours, this estrogen rising and testosterone, actually elevating, it causes us to feel sexually intoxicated, actually. And so we love everyone, everything. That's got its pros and cons. It's got its good things about it because it's the time to be building our lives, building our relationships. And when we love everyone, it's a good time for heart-to-heart talks. It's a good time to be telling our loved ones what we love about them. It's the perfect time to be going out on a real date with our mate. It's a time to be playing. It's a time to be telling our mate, if you have one, what you love about this person. It's super important because we're always talking about things that we're not happy about or trying to work those out, or we have to have this conversation about this or that. We talk about challenges, but it's so important to build that relationship bank account. It's so important to build the love in your life so that you have that to sustain you. The other thing about winter itself, now these are man-made ideas, this part, but we do this at this time of the year. We have New Year's, and New Year's we are building a new life. We are looking at our resolutions for the year. We're planning. We're taking those plans that we've been thinking about, and now we're hoping to implement those, and we get going on them. The other thing is that we have Valentine's Day in the winter, and even though, again, that is a man-made holiday, I don't know what the origin of that is, why it's at that time of year in the Northern Hemisphere anyway, but I'm just saying. All right, so this is Suzanne just talking about the reasons that when it's cold outside is the time for romance, sleeping skin to skin, wanting to be together with our families. It's home and hearth time. We are inside by the fireplace and that kind of thing. So I believe times when, for the indigenous or more primal times even, we were forced, to hunker down with each other to stay warm. And so this is the best season for romance, for getting cozy. And that's what we want to do in winter. And that's exactly what's happening in this section of your cycle, week 2. It is the cozy, romantic, loving time. All right, I'm going to sign off for now, and I'll see you in week spring.